So today's video isn't actually a coaching video. We will be watching and analyzing gameplay from Kazym, an R9 player who's basically top 10 on the default loadout, which means he's one of the best DL players out there. If you're into comp and want to master the default loadout, this guy will show you how. The more interesting part is, he's matched up against Whaqo. You might know him as a YouTuber with 13k subs. And I have to say, this match wasn't just your average game. Stay till the end, because what you will learn in this video is something not many people talk about. Kazym starts the first round with a really cool and slightly advanced grenade boost tech. I'm not sure who originally came up with it, but if you know, let me know down in the comments below. Now, this is not your typical lineup where you throw a nade and walk forward. It requires a bit more understanding. As soon as the round starts, you hold the grenade, go through the window, but instead of moving forward, you jump backwards right before the grenade explodes. This boosts you backward, and if you keep going right, you can reach the ramp. To boost yourself up the ramp, you will need to use the fist double jump and slide up. It's not easy if you have never done it, so I would recommend hopping into a private server, setting unlimited time, and using the jump head placement I'm showing on the screen right now. That way, you can practice this ramp sliding consistently until you get it down. You will notice I can turn to any side and still consistently boost myself after a little bit of practice, and once you get the hang of ramp sliding with double jump, you can start practicing this specific grenade tech. I won't spend too much time explaining it, but hopefully that made sense. You can also practice normal ramp sliding without jump pads or grenades. It's pretty simple once you get the muscle memory down. This particular tech confuses your opponent because they hear the grenade explode on the left side and assume you're using the window jump boost, but instead you catch them off guard from the opposite side. Quick round for Kazym, and you can tell right away how good his aim is. Once we know the enemy is low HP, we drop down to finish him off, but instead of jumping directly onto him, we wall slide, making no sound, and silently reposition to the opposite wall. In the next round, instead of repeating the same grenade tech, Kazym actually goes through the window this time. So if the enemy hears the grenade again, he assumes we went to the ramp again since it worked last round. Of course, he doesn't see us. You can see he's holding the ramp with the sniper. Kazym lands some really nice shots and instantly repositions. Kazym goes back to the ramp, but he doesn't make himself visible. Instead, he slides on the wall again to stay silent, hits a couple more shots, and goes back behind cover. This play is incredibly smart because the enemy expects Kazym to be on the ramp, considering he's using fists, and that's basically the only way to gain high ground. So the silent slide completely throws him off. You can see how Kazym moves left and right behind walls, baiting out the sniper shot before taking an aggressive peek. That way, the enemy misses his shot while Kazym gets full value out of the exchange. The enemy eventually pulls out Katana late in the round, completely baited again, and then we push, knowing he can't do much at close range with a sniper. Expecting him to pull Katana instantly, we commit and secure the win without taking a single hit. Strong positioning here. It's honestly amazing to see how Kazym uses cover to his advantage, either baiting shots or taking them slowly, and the enemy can't do much about it, especially knowing he stayed ramp side the entire round. Now that we know he's using Katana, Kazym repeats the silent slide but catches bad timing. He goes up the ramp to try predict a good grenade, but misses. I assume he went up because the Katana sound revealed the enemy was low ground and he couldn't capitalize on that from below. The enemy is baiting with Katana a lot, so Kazym plays more cautiously, shooting only 2 or 3 bullets each time he finds an opening. Once the Katana comes out, we can finish with the remaining ammo. That ramp jump did expose Kazym, and the enemy managed to hit a few shots. If he hadn't pulled Katana immediately, he probably could have landed even more before Kazym switched back to AR. Still, sticking to high ground and taking a more aggressive angle was a solid play. All Kazym needed to do was bait Katana successfully and win the aim duel, which he did. Fourth round, Kazym sticks to the same plan. He lands a few solid shots while trying to bait Katana again. This time, he goes even more aggressive, assuming the enemy's reloading after switching to handgun. So Kazym tosses a grenade onto the ramp in case the enemy is hiding to reload, then pushes up and sprays while he's caught mid-animation. While this play is completely valid, you always want to punish someone reloading in front of you. It's still risky when Katana is in play. Kazym was at 70 HP, and even if the enemy didn't finish reloading, he could have quickly switched to handgun after a Katana play and finished us off. Still, a solid round overall. Not sure if you noticed, but the enemy's gone ramp every single round so far. So in the 5th round, Kazym pre-throws a grenade and lands 75 damage right away. He starts spraying instead of baiting Katana, likely because that 75 hit gave him confidence to push, but that overcommit wasn't ideal. He kept repositioning from one wall to another, but overused fists a few times, leaving himself vulnerable. You can see he's standing on top of the window, knowing the enemy's behind the wall, and still fists even though he's kind of fully exposed. The enemy times Katana perfectly and wins the round. Kazym was a bit too exposed here. He stayed on the same wall without reloading, and since the enemy noticed there was no reload sound, he relied entirely on Katana. Even if he baited a few shots, Kazym didn't have enough ammo left to finish the fight. Sixth round, you start seeing the same pattern Kazym has been using all game. And there's a reason for that. We already explained why the window boost works and why the wall slide is so strong. Watching Kazym, he uses them constantly, landing solid shots while minimizing risk. He takes high ground and pre-fires the left side. You might wonder why left, how does he know? Well, with text bubbles, you can actually see Whaqo moving left because of his chat bubble. Whether that's intentional or not, it gives away positioning. Another small detail, Kazym reloads twice on 17 bullets. Not sure if it's a habit or bait. He goes up, lands a few shots to bait Katana, and the enemy reacts late. Kazym pushes aggressively with high ground advantage, slides silently along the wall, and secures the round before Katana cooldown resets. Really nice play. He took advantage of the enemy's panic perfectly.
My son. You don't have
Same grenade, same pattern again. This time, Kazym just full sprays at the start, even though the enemy could pull Katana at any moment. But as he gets closer, you can see him hesitate. He doesn't keep spraying, worried about the Katana, and starts shooting 1 to 2 bullets every few seconds to bait it. Whaqo goes for a high risk, high reward play here. Instead of pulling Katana, he switches to handgun and lands 90 HP damage. Crazy smart move. He knew Kazym wouldn't dump the rest of his ammo due to Katana threat, so he used that hesitation to his advantage. Back to the same opener as the first round, you can really see how problematic Katana can be, how annoying it is to play against. It forces you to be patient, time your shots, and constantly read your opponent. Kazym has to shoot carefully, while Whaqo can just spray freely. You might say, why doesn't he use Katana too? But that's not the point. This is how he practices awareness, reaction time, and decision making. Knowing the enemy is low, he stays on handgun, shoots single bullets to bait Katana, and successfully closes the match. That high risk, high reward trick from earlier wouldn't work this time. Kazym was ready for it. And that's exactly how top players adapt, instantly learning from every mistake. There's not much more to say about Kazym's gameplay here. I'm genuinely glad I got to watch how comp players approach the game and what makes them stand out. It's not like he had an easy opponent either. Whaqo's not bad, and it's really interesting seeing how top players deal with Katana pressure. I know many of you struggle against Katana and have been asking how to counter it, and hopefully this video helps. Kazym ran similar patterns throughout, took smart peeks, and positioned incredibly well. There were mistakes here and there, but nobody's perfect. What stood out was how fast he adapted and corrected them instead of running it down. Huge thanks to Kazym for the gameplay. It is kinda old gameplay, I believe, but still, it was really nice to see how he plays against Katana specifically. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content where I analyze how top comp players play, let me know down in the comments below. I will definitely do more of these. As for my coaching videos, don't worry, those are still coming. Comment below if I missed anything or if you agree with what I said, and I will see you in the next Rivals video.